first. So good noon to all of you, John Ray and Michelle and Anne. So in continuation of our prelim, before we start with our vegetable production in the midterm, we're going to talk about the different classification of ornamentals. But in introduction, we have the tropical ornamental industry, especially in the tropical and also in the Philippines. So the tropical ornamental is actually for the past 100 years, no, even 1,000 years, until now, it's still in its juvenile stage, but the demand is really high and increasing, and it's very important in various occasions, no, like we have if we're going to have to develop housing and resorts and golf courses and even restaurants and hotels, it's really very potential. So Philippines as well is a tropical country, which has the ideal climate, since most of the tropical species are found on tropical tropical country like the Philippines. So it has the ideal climate and has the ability to grow both tropical, subtropical mga varieties, and shortage of supply of cut flowers is also being observed, kaya it's really very potential to increase production. So in terms naman of constraints in our country, ornamental industry has a high cost structure, or maintenance. That is why it's like a greenhouse, perhaps when you move to the higher elevation, like we have in Baguio, or here in the Davao region, we have Maragusan and Kapatagan, Digo. So we need greenhouse for that, and irrigation and post-harvest facilities, and yet we have insufficient technology, no? So the tropical floriculture, or the study of vegetable, the study of flowers has really a tremendous potential, no? It has a wide range of climates and a wide range of crops with labor costs which are lower, in fact, in a tropical country. So yeah, as I have said, no, we have a lot of commodity lines. But before that, let me just check our attendance. Sorry, di siya mag-ano. Okay, so wait lang, kaya nag-8. Wow. Okay, so moving on, as I have said, we have commodity lines like cut flowers, no? These cut flowers are fresh flower which are cut from their stem, of course, and marketed and utilized in various flower arrangement for different occasion and events. So like even birthdays, especially weddings, no? Hindi pwedeng walang mga flower, and during also every week, weekly mass and And even almost every day may kinakasal, no? So fresh flower, this cut flowers, like we have a lot, no? Chrysanthemum, mga roses, mums, um, and a lot. We also have foliage plants. These are fresh leaves, twigs, and branches that are cut fresh and also utilized in floral arrangement, and evergreen foliage plants grown in container for interior decor. Kahit all green yan siya, but still very nice when it's located inside or in as an interior decor in the house, no? Aside from that, we also have live plants, no? Or flowering annuals, shrubs, herbaceous perennials grown in containers for interior, both interior and exterior decoration, and plants consisting of evergreen or flowering trees, shrubs, herbaceous perennials, and turf grass naman for landscaping purposes. So lahat ng live or alive plants that are either of this category, they are both used for inside the office or outside the office or buildings as exterior and interior decoration. So these are the live plants, yung nakapat lahat. And we also have the dried or processed ornamentals. We have flowers, leaves, branches, or dried or dyed, otherwise processed, used for floral arrangement and home decor. So these are actually dried na or processed, no? Like they are really real ornamentals, pero sometimes ginahimo silang keychain sa loob ng naka-mold, no? Or kaya hang na siya in the wall, no? Or even simply dried leaves, no? And they're being decorated or even used as kanang mga earrings or mga accessories. So we have also cut flower production, no? And these are examples are the roses, the orchids, the chrysanthemums, the anthuriums, the gladuli, daisy, aster, heliconia, statice, and baby's breath. So these are the aster, no, the gladulus, the statice, heliconia, and baby's breath. So which among these flowers, hindi ko lang alam bakit hindi ito kita. Sorry. Hindi ito kita na portion. I don't know. Kinsa nagkuris-kuris dara. So anyway, these are almost all shown in our very common sa ating mga flower shop and market. So we also have other ornamental plants like foliage plants. Ito yung mga cordylines, dracaenas, murallas, and also microsoriums, philodendrons, and palms and aglaonemas. These are potted and landscape materials. Also, we have orchids, bromeliads, mosaindas, medellinias, aglaonemas, heliconias, palms, and Freesinicias and ginger. So madami, no? I know sometimes their names are very difficult, but later on you will get used to it. So ito yung mga cordylines, no? The philodendrons, the dracaenas, and this is the Freesinicias, aglaonemas, microsoriums, the medinillas, the murallas, and the mosaindas. So I hope you will familiarize on this. Although me myself, no, minsan I forgot the names, no, exactly. But hopefully as an agribusiness, especially when you venture into ornamental production someday, so I know most of because of the pandemic naging click itong plantitas and plantitos, no, kasi it's been part of staying home. So staying home makes by having our ornamentals at home as well, making people relax, more relaxed, and comfortable with what we have experiencing right now. So I'll just have another attendance. Okay, so again, these are the different ornamentals that we have. So now let's take a look of how far have been the Philippines for export, no? So the Philippines have also an export market to Japan, no? Even though Japan is also very very high in the market of ornamentals, and also United States, South Korea, Netherlands, and Canada. So what are the things that we actually marketing or exporting? Now we have the live plants, which occupies 35% ng market natin from 1991 to 2001. And we also have fresh foliage, which are 30%, dried flowers, no, nag-export din tayo, 18%, and fresh cut flowers, of course. So, pero at the same time, we are importing, meaning we are buying a lot of ornamentals from other countries. We have live plants, including cutting and sleeves, which are 39%, orchids, 23%, fresh flower buds, 16%, and processed cut flower and buds, 3%, and anthuriums, 11%. We're all imported to the Philippines because of the high demand, and we cannot comply, no, with all of it. So the leading supplier, our supplier are actually Thailand, which we get 26%, and Netherlands 21%, Israel 20%, Malaysia 9%, and US of course 5%. No. Hinay kayo signal. Okay, it's all right. No, I'm recording this video, so anyway, you can just record, no, I mean check the recorded video on this, no, bahalag hinay. So that's it, no. Ito yung mga imports and exports natin. So if you have questions or clarification along the way, so don't hesitate to ask question, or just unmute your mic if you have questions or clarification. Okay, so again, going back, ay nag-check ko attendance. So these are our imports from different countries, no? Mostly are actually tropical countries din. So therefore, ang tropical countries talaga have the high potential para for export, no? Kaso kanina na-present ko na what are the different problems, no? We have in terms of technology, and also ano pa ba yung na-present ko kanina? In terms of technology, and also yung mga post-harvest na knowledge, no, or technicals. So we have several cultural practices that are being practiced in the Philippines. So usually they are under open field, like the gladuli, the aster, sampaguita, chrysanthemum, and heliconia. So dyan ba sa Samal, you also have a flower shop or flower farm? Anyone? Medyo madami kayo ngayon, no, na libre sa lunch time. So meron ba dyan sa sa inyo mga flower shop? Siguro mga flower shop, no, meron. Pero I'm not sure with yung flower farm? Any one of you? Have you seen a flower farm diyan sa inyo? Of course, sa Davao marami kasi. So maybe you are just, buying from Davao City, maybe, because I haven't heard, but it doesn't mean that Samal is, kasi I know you have a lot of beach resorts there and beach gardens, so it's really very potential and very useful. So we aside from the open field, we also have greenhouse, no, for chrysanthemum, roses, anthuriums, and orchids. So if you go to like Marilog, somewhere Bukidnon, going Kapatagan, and although not so, I haven't seen nowadays, not so much, but mga bukid-bukid sa Davao City, they have a lot of greenhouses for orchids, no? And another culture practice we do is the control of flowering, no? We use supplementary light and growth hormones and cold storage, so which I can show you later in my photos. And in terms of propagation, since most of the ornamentals are vegetatively propagated, we have cappings, bulbs, tubers, corms, marketing, and even tissue culture, no, yung orchids, tissue culture siya, no, and embryo culture and some others. So these are just the sample chrysanthemum from Baguio, Philippines. So I just want to show you the supplementary na or control of light, no? Na this is a greenhouse kasi malamig sa Baguio, 'di ba? So and although these chrysanthemums needs highlands or more of the what you call that more length of night, no? Kasi we studies day length for we have sometimes the chrysanthemum has they are short day plant, no? SDL. So if you notice na meron siyang these are of course greenhouses. If notice na siya naka-cover ng mga plastic cellophane, ayan, nakita ninyo na, napansin ninyo. So, gina-cover na siya, gina-extend na, like, for, kita, we have, in the tropical kasi, like Philippines, we have 12 hours day length, no? It means, at 6 a.m., mag-sunrise ta, but sunrise and sunset siya naman, no? Magabiin na siya at 6, so 12 hours talaga. So, but then chrysanthemum or short day plants needs like more than 14 to 16 hours. So, ila pa ng tabunan, no? Before, kuhaan siya siguro i-extend ang 12 hours into 16 hours. So, and if you also notice, ayan, no, unsa gani barbed wire, naka-square barbed wire siya para ang chrysanthemum kasi dali ra siya especially in this variety, dali ra siya matumba or whatever. So naka-trained ang tawag, no? So this is also another ornamental, no, we found in Baguio using this flower foams, no? Maliliit pa siya. And these are poinsettia also in Baguio. So this was like 2011. So that's 10 years ago or 11 years ago ba? 2011. 2010 ata ito, 2009. So I was even pregnant then, if you notice me, no? Buntis pa ko ana. So yes, these are poinsettia. Again, this is a short day plant kaya meron silang mga black polyethylene na ika-cover, no? Para, di ba, you know what, poinsettia ka nang mag-red siya every December. Kasi every December, we have the shortest days, no? Or the longest nights. Okay, so Now we talk about landscaping, or the art of arranging plants, rocks, or driftwoods and other materials, even rocks, no, to form pleasing, functional, and enjoyable landscape. So ito yung gagawin ninyo sa finals ninyo actually, no, magagawa kayo ng landscaping dyan sa tabi-tabi ng inyong bahay, and you should be able to report what you did, the before and after, no? So, mute lang kita, Leslie, ha, kasi maano ang background mo. So, we have considerations for this, depende yun sa location and climate. So, we have tropical landscape, we have English landscape, we have also somewhat Japanese, yung ano ba tawag nila doon, mamaya makikita niyo. And the principles of design to consider are pattern, of course. Dapat may pattern tayo, may form, may line, may color, texture, balance, proportion, unity, and scale. So these are all the principles of design, which will be discussed when we do the final module. So ito lahat, these are just introduction, no? So this is a sample tropical design landscape. And this is also a sample European, kasi meron, of course, the touch of European house and the fountain and everything. And this is English, no? Meaning the UK landscape. Or this is the Zen. So ito yung Japanese. So sa Zen is very specific yung meron tayong bamboo, meron tayong what do you call this? Kani? Kanang sa tawag ni
Batilis man.
Kevin, batilis
Ano naman siya batilis?
No, I mean kanang bonsai, no? Bonsai and also rocks. So those are very important features of Zen, which are Japanese style of landscape. So we also have terrariums inside the glass or bottles, no? So perhaps you can choose what way to do if you're gonna have what kind of landscape, or you can also have terrariums if you want. So terrariums there are also right procedure to do that. So you have to mix your soil first. Iset mo muna yung soil mo. So it should be a layer of rocks, sand, and also garden soil, no, before you plant your mini garden. So that's for terrariums. We also have dish gardens. So ano kaibahan niya sa terrariums? Terrariums are more close and uses more petite na mga plants. While dish gardens are very open, but they may have the same soil mixture. And in the dish garden, you can actually be very creative, no? Maglagay kayo ng, kasi nga open siya, so unlike sa terrarium na para siyang inside the bottle, no? While this dish garden, you can have a lot of ferns, or you may have cactus, or even bonsai, no? I-bonsai ng mga plants and create into a very creative na dish garden. We also have hanging plants, no? So pwede mo mag-design ng hanging plants around your house, so whatever. So these are plants that are capable of terrestrial or kanang aerial na growth. And we also have topiary. So you can also have an option for topiary, no? Ganahan mo what do you call that? Mag-trim and i-form ninyo into something like into forms or shapes like birds and aviaries or whatever, no, like this. So mostly ang ginagamit natin dito are mga green pots na mga plants, no, evergreens. And also you can do bonsai. If you notice, this is a bonsai mango. So when we say bonsai, these are very old trees. No, they can be grown from a piece already of growth na trees or basta woody plants, and this must be grown for quite number of years. For example, 10 years more, 50 years, 100 years. So let's make it very expensive. But you can start with a little halimbawa nanay nagtubo gamay and then imuha siyang itanom, i-trim nimo siya. And there's also a perfect procedure for that, which we will be discussing next time. So this is also the sample botanical garden in Singapore, where I have visited. So it's just called botanical garden, but inside the dome you can see a lot, maybe thousands of species of plants, no, around the globe for tropical, no. So that's just me and all the types of plants inside their flowerings and even succulents, ayan. And this is my favorite, the tulips in Netherlands. So if you go to Netherlands or the Holland, they said Hollands. So they have actually wide area for tulips, and these tulips are actually grown for their essential oils, no? And as you can see, they open a garden, no, which looks like this. So it's just me, no, na nag ano. But if you can see it, it looks like even I was there in real, but it's really looks like very artificial, but it's really real. So just for photos only. And these are also the orchids I found in Netherlands. We have Dendrobium, Cambria. Yeah, it's all Dendrobium, but they have really arranged it um arrange it beautifully, no, in inside a greenhouse. This is inside a greenhouse. So we also have, I found also some species of Anthurium there, which are very cute for white and orange, and we have a lot here in the Philippines. So before I was, kasi ang SICC just started earlier, and when I came back from Samoa, and I also started as part-time faculty last year, no? But this was years ago. I guess this is 2011, 2012. So maybe my second year of teaching there. So we did this landscape, and hopefully when you had your face to face, you can, supposedly you're going to have this, but you can make use of your own backyard naman, no, for that. So these are all tropicals. These are zinnias, cosmos, what else? And these are just like I forgot the term, but yeah, these are all tropical flowers along the area of rice fields. So it's really beautiful. And take note, cosmos and zinnias are very good insect repellents, no? And also this is something like, I forgot the name actually. And I also went to Paris, no? Just during my postdoc research, and I also had some tour with my friend. So this is the Versailles Garden in Paris, where it was actually where their kato si Anton Queen Antoinette, no, Princess Antoinette, na hello, wait, sorry. So na area, and this is just to showcase you yung mga topiaries nila daw na above head talaga, oh, you can see. And it's a very huge na garden na for ano na, kasi this time wala na silang mga royal king and queen because of sino ba nga yan, si Bonaparte, no, nag-alsa yung mga led by Bonaparte. So that's where the royal, the monarchy was stopped in Paris, and now it's as you can see, it's very huge talaga, no? And this is just to showcase. And ito naman yung tinanim namin na sunflower doon. This is somewhere in Philippines, in Cotabato. So they have sunflower maize there, and we also have in Tagum last time, maybe mga 2018, 2019. This is also 2018, no, when I went to Samoa, again together with my friend. And when I was also in Spain, I got this photo, and it's very amazing because we haven't seen a very big rose tree, diba? But in this case, ginatrim lang nila ang tree, no? Ang rose. But this is also very possible in Philippines kasi ang roses naman talaga are trees, no? But maybe they have this different variety. In fact, they have different photo of roses there kasi naman malamig naman doon. Tingnan mo, naka-coat nga kami, no? So that's in Pontevedra, Spain. And when we went to also in Vietnam, they have also floating plants like this, no? You can see, and look at how they arrange their flowers, and they are really very fond of the yellow flowers, no, for their king. And this is a sample garden in Vietnam, and bonsai, and look at what they did this kanang Calachuchi or Frangipani, no? So that's in Vietnam. And also amazing mums or chrysanthemum in Tokyo, Japan. So they have very big talaga, huge na mums in Japan. So they just cultivate like this. It is just somewhere in a museum at saka in a market nearby. And we are so lucky because we have the biggest flower found in the Philippines. Also, personally, I have not seen this one in real, but I really went to Maragusan to scout for this Rafflesia. No, but then ang nakita lang nako putot, no, but it's really very difficult to especially kung you're just going there for an opportunity na kung taga Maragusan ka, so it's better now. So when I also went to China, so this is my first international tour, charot, muralag artista. I had a conference kasi I always join conferences international. That's why I had the opportunity na to scout for a lot of landscape. No, so this is somewhere in Chengdu, China, and they are because they are of course the panda. Yes, so ginapakaon nila ugan ng bamboo, so and they are also able to make it as a natural na landscape, no? Yan. So when we went to Thailand also, they have floating market where lahat ng even fruits, vegetables, food, and flowers are sold, no? While kanang sailing on the boat or bangka naga-float. So they have this what do you call that, wall garden made of orchids and chrysanthemum and a lot of flowers in their museum. So these are also petunias, very nice na naka-arrange in Malaga, Spain, no? It's very nice. And this is in Rome, in Italy, because I went to the what do you call that? Sige to, kanang I forgot. But we went to the church kanang St. Peter's Basilica sa Rome, and this is what you can see, no? When I went to the top, so you will see a lot of topiary kasi naman they cannot have a lot of flowering plants kasi it's not yet summer that time, no? It's only summer when their flowers bloom. So that's in Vatican City pala, in the top of the St. Peter's Basilica church. So this is also in Germany when I went to. This is a Sanssouci Palace. So supposedly these are all greens when it's really summer, but when I went there, it's winter, so it just looks like that. It will look like really very colorful during summer. And in these are hanging plants example, no? Traditionally, ito na yung ginagawa nila doon sa Granada, no, Spain. Now they hang all their flowering pots, plants in their windows, Amazing, diba? And even sa mga terraces. And these are just very kanang unique na mga pine trees, no? And this is what it looks like when they also some chrysanthemums, some these are, I guess, petunias, no, which are lined up. So these are in Athens, Greece. And when I went to Samoa, yeah, this is another garden from Frankie Farm. So they have also the same sunflowers, but they have a lot more now. Now, for the botanical classification now of these ornamentals, we have plant kingdom, and again, it's the same thing na diniscuss ko sa inyo last time. They belong to Psalophyta, Bryophyta, and Pteridophyta. And under family Polypodiaceae, we have this Nephrolepis, Platycerium, Microsorium, and under the fourth division, the Spermatophyta or the seed plants. And under Spermatophyta, again, pabalik-balik na lang tayo, class Gymnospermae, and under class Gymnospermae, we have family Cycadaceae or the Cycas revoluta, the Zamia Phorphoraceae, and under family Araucariaceae. And these are the Araucaria, therefore Heterophila and Columnaris. So still under Gymnospermae, we have family Cupressaceae, which have Juniperus and Thuja, and family Pinaceae or the Pinos, Tumbergiana, and Picea orientalis. So, and the second class are the Angiospermae, in which has two classes again, the Monocotyledonae and Dicotyledonae. So under the monocots, we have families under this. The Aricaceae, for example, the Anthurium andreanum, it's under Aricaceae. And we have Amaralidaceae or the Agave americana, the Bromeliaceae or the Tillandsiaceae cyania, and Gesneriaceae and Zingiberaceae, no, yung mga Alpinia purpurata. And under still the same class, no, Monocotyledonae, we have under Gramineae and Palmae, of course, yung mga red palm natin and their scientific name, and Commelinaceae, no, and Agavaceae, or the cordylines, they're under Agavaceae, and Liliaceae, asparagus, for example. And still under the same, there are a lot actually of monocot na mga ornamentals. We have the Iridaceae, Sterilidaceae, Heliconiaceae, or the Heliconia, no, or the parrot flower, and under Orchidaceae. Now we have a lot of orchids, Phalaenopsis,